This one habit totally changed my life. And if you have been watching me for the last month of doing daily uploads, every single video was basically based, and every single kind of topic that I talked about, I kind of learned about through a simple one habit. Now, no, it's not YouTube. It's not consuming all of this content on all these social media platforms. Everything that I kind of learned and everything that I kind of share, it's either coming deep from my mind, from my heart, or something that I truly experienced, or from this one simple habit that totally changed my life. If you couldn't already guess, that habit is reading. Now, since we were in school days, we were learned how to read. We were told that reading is the really good thing to do and that you should read 30 pages a day or something like that. And all of that is great. Reading as itself is great. But reading non-fiction, so like business books, mindset books, all of these other books, is just simply totally life-changing. In all of those fiction books, yes, there are maybe some nice stories, it's maybe really entertaining to read, but at the end of the day, it doesn't have that big of potential to change your life. And everything that we do on self-improvement, everything that we do around here, everything that we do kind of on my channel, and on everything that I kind of spoke about, it's supposed to be totally life-changing. It's supposed to be totally revamping, kind of putting you on a new track that is actually good for you and for your future. And reading literally is a parallel to that. And is a simple thing that can totally change your life to the best possible kind of way of life. So what I wanted to do in this video is actually show you some books that I read, some books that are really great, and kind of give you some principles and give you some videos that are actually coming from those books on my channel, so you can kind of understand what principles are in those books, so you can kind of navigate it and find a book that you can read in the next week or something. Okay, so I firstly want to outline that I do have some physical books, but most books that I actually read were right here on my computer, that is to the right of me. And right now I'm reading Deep Work by Cal Newport. I find it's a good book, and I will definitely speak about it in some of my new videos, but firstly I want to finish it. So I never made a video from a book that I actually didn't trust in. But some of my favorite books I have right here in my physical form, and this is probably one of the most life-changing books I have ever read. It's on Serbian, so it's not really in English, but this is a book from Brian Tracy, and it's called Goals. So if you want to read it, I would highly recommend this book. This book probably is a kind of a principle, is kind of a base for a lot of my videos. This one simple book, it has around 200 or 300 pages. Let me see, 220 pages. It's a great book, and I would highly recommend. This is like a must read in my opinion. It's a life-changing book, definitely. It's from Brian Tracy and it's named Goals. And then also I have Think and Grow Rich, which probably a lot of you already have read. And it's a fine book. It's nothing special. It's kind of, it's a really old book at the end of the day, so you don't get any new kind of principles and all of that. But it was my first book that I ever read about finance. And it's a fine book. I agree with some principles from it, but some of it I didn't find as useful. And then finally we have probably a book that is for you who actually are making a little bit more money than me and all of that. But this is a book, Who Stole My Cheese by Spencer Johnson. I spoke about this book probably in some of my videos actually, and this book is great. It's about making decisions. So it's a light read. It has maybe like 80 pages, so you can read this. I read this book in a day, so it's a great book, and it's a really recommended read. But those books are all great, but I want to give you some of my other books that are my favorites, and I want to speak about them a little bit more deeply so you can kind of see what kind of and how they changed my life and my view on life. So the first book is literally my favorite book, and it totally changed my life, definitely my mindset and all of that, is called The Millionaire Fast Lane. You've probably heard of this many times. You've heard of this book. It's a really well-known book, but just because it's well-known, it doesn't mean that it's shit. It's literally the best book that you can read. It's coming from MJ DeMarco, and he's such a good author, and I love that book, bro. You have to read it. It's like literally going to show you the path to success that you need to walk, and it's a book that is just such a nice read. It does take you like a little bit of a longer time because it does have like 350 pages, but bro, trust me, if you read that book, your life will change 100%. So the second book that we have is a book because of which I'm actually making daily uploads. It's called Traffic Secrets by Russell Brunson. I read a couple of books from Russell Brunson. So I read Dotcom Secrets and Traffic Secrets. Now, Dotcom Secrets is a little bit of an older book, and it has some really good points, but a Traffic Secrets just totally changed my life in more ways than one. Like, I started doing daily uploads, as you can see, and I have been doing it for a month, and I'm going to do it for the next 11 months, so I'm doing it for a year, and I'm gonna see how it does. But bro, that book is great. It's the best. It's one of the best books that I ever read, and it's a definite recommendation that you have to read. It's also like a bigger book. It will take some time, but trust me, if you read those two books, you're basically equipped for your life in business. Those two books are totally life-changing. Okay, so the third book that I have to recommend to you, this is the last book, but you have all of these, like I said, in my physical form. So I recommended these 3 books, and then these 3 books that I read online. The last one, probably maybe the most important one in a kind of a mindset change, is not what you're thinking. A lot of you are thinking about The Way of the Superior Man. I actually read that book. It's a great book. It's a high recommendation. But this one book is, in my opinion, a lot better. It's actually How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Now, because of this book, I actually made one of my favorite videos that I ever made, and it's 7 ways to become happier. It's probably one of my favorite videos I ever made. And it's basically based on that book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Bro, that book is so good. Like, Dale Carnegie done such a good job, and I cannot recommend it anymore, bro. Those 3 books plus these books. So, Who Stole My Cheese by Spencer Johnson. Then like Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. This is probably the book that you kind of don't have to read, but it's a nice read. And then also Goals. So Goals, Traffic Secrets, and The Millionaire Fast Lane are like the trilogy that I would really recommend you read. Those 3 books changed my life without a doubt. So go and get those books. I will leave Amazon links for all of them in the description so you can go and read them right down below. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you found this video really helpful. Click the subscribe button, drop me a like, give me a comment down below, give me some feedback. Thank you guys for watching again. Click and watch this video. You will see some of the principles from these books there. So again, thank you guys for watching. Faith be the reason, and see you very soon. Peace.